Welcome to part 2 of the Russian Revolution, which is also nicknamed the Soviet Revolution. Now today we'll be continuing on to Lenin's real revolution. Let's get started. Now the second revolution is done in it's 1914. Now I had to end the last video at part 1 right there because of the 1914 episode. Now 1914 is when World War I started. And literally the USSR joined in the fighting, and they found themselves fighting half of Europe. And Lenin supported the Germans and the bad guys who were fighting Russia because he wanted Russia to lose so he can overthrow the Tsar. Now the Tsar was like really mean and stuff, and now the Tsar should really meet a very old, crazy, homeless wizard who smells like a goat and who can also heal powers, according to legend. And that guy's name is Rasputin. Now Rasputin is really homeless and he was dirt poor, but he had healing powers. But when he came into Moscow, everyone noticed, and he literally became famous quickly. And he was known for healing powers, and by the healing powers, the Tsar's family was pretty relieved that they found a better doctor than they had. And because, well, they had a son who had some inflammation stuff, and by inflammation I literally mean, holy smokes, that's a lot of blood spilling out. And surprisingly, Rasputin, when he arrived, he was able to heal the son, which was like impossible. And because of that, Rasputin became close to the Tsar family. A lot of people couldn't stand that, and then later the nobles thought that the Tsar was under the spell of Rasputin, and they were assassinated him. And this is how he done, and this is just the story of how they done it. And it has a lot of steps, so it's gonna be a bit complicated. Rasputin went down to a place, and then he saw hey Rasputin, a sexy party here, and he was really cool. And then there were all those nobles who were gonna kill him, and they offered him cake, which was poisoned. And then he literally ate all the cake, and he didn't even die. So they had to change the plan B. They shot him, but he died, and he was alive again. And they were surprised that they shot him again. And then they died, rolled him up, and then he squirmed in that roll. So like, you sure he's dead? I don't know, but I'm supposed to be hosting a charity auction right now. Can we go this over? And they threw him in a river. Now he's dead. After the death of Rasputin, there were a lot of doubts. It's his death. And like his life, Rasputin's death was unknown, and this is just a story. It might have not happened that way. He might not even have tried to destroy Russia, or even became close to the Tsar's family by bribing them. But one thing is for sure, it torn the Tsar's image. Now, during that time, while that Rasputin got into the sexy party, he made Rasputin and his wife in charge of Russia while he became the commander-in-chief. He became a general at war, and he was offered a general, but then he insisted that it was him who should be leading the war. But that just ruined his image a lot more. And literally everyone was calling him to come back and said, hey, Stalin, hey, Nicholas, things are going bad at home. Things aren't good. The peasants are revolting, and they even cut my telephone line. Wait, what? And then while he was about to talk, Nicholas was about to talk, Nicholas like, hello, the phone's down. Something must be bad. So he went on the train and went to Petrograd ASAP. However, he never even made it to that city, because his city, his train was stopped by some generals, and then he was forced to sign a treaty that he will give up his power and no one will use it except them. And he had no choice but to do it. So he would become last Tsar. However, his son could have been the last Tsar, but his son was actually had a lot of mamma mia. That's a lot of blood. Rasputin couldn't even heal him anymore because he's dead. Duh. So they were set under house arrest. Now Lenin found out about the second revolution and was so mad. And then like one German guy came in there and said, "Who wants to start a revolution? I mean revolution. Dang it! Sorry. Who wants to start a revolution?" And Lenin did. So he went there, and well, even though he couldn't overthrow the power of the Russian Tsar anymore, because the Russian Tsar was already overthrown, he could still overthrow and put himself into the dictator, into the ruler of all of Russia. He worked so hard, and he even allowed elections. But then all those elections they lost, and then he became the true power of Russia. And then later he was suspicious that he was setting up a dictatorship with himself in the middle, in the core. So he was like shot, and like he said, "Owie, owie, 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 owie." How can you even say that long? So all of his doctors, well, he couldn't even, and he had a few strokes. And like once he got a stroke and told the nearest man near him and told him, "Get the doctor." Yeah, he needed a doctor. And almost all of his really best doctors were really imprisoned because of arguing against him. And if you disagree with him, he'll just call you names and stuff. And he even once said, "Yes times infinity." Dang it. And later he became the ruler of all of Russia. However, after the Russian Revolution and his communism party with his revolution, he quickly became an old age man, and all those stuff like the assassination attempt, those strokes, and even all those times, and even one time he even wanted to suppress a united force, which was a lot of people. There were peasants, Americans, Dutch, French, and Czechoslovakia, and a lot more. And worst of all, his mother-in-law is gonna stay, which was very terrifying to him. So yeah, it wasn't really It wasn't really good. So as you might have guessed it, he died of old age, and before he died, he literally told a person to equip the person who was in charge of giving people jobs not to let Stalin become the next leader of Russia, because he found out that he was a joke. Stalin was a jerk. However, the worker who was supposed to give people jobs was Stalin himself. And Stalin was too powerful to get suppressed, so he made himself the ruler of Russia. Yeah. And later he will go into a conflict in the World War II, and then later he will start the Cold War. I'll talk about the Cold War in other video probably, but until then, I'll see you next time. Shinhan out. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and hit the bell button to all our notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. Please share this video to others in your local community, and please go to my Patreon page and become a Patreon today. Also, I made a website. Please join there. I'll put the link in the description below if it's possible. Bye.